Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to get my Boxy Charm unboxing as well as my Sephora Play Box unboxing up here for you guys. I know that last time I just did a normal unboxing and shared with you the products and a little bit of detail, but I thought it'd be a little bit more fun to just apply the products on my skin and swatch them for you, or apply them on so you can see what they look like when you apply it to your skin, on my skin tone at least, and share with you my reviews and my first impressions on the products in the box. So I will do that for you here today. So I wanted to take a minute to say thank you so much to everybody who reached out to me on my Instagram and social media to ask me how me and my family was doing through Hurricane Irma. That really meant so much to me. There was several of you guys who reached out to me and just checked up on me to see how I was doing and if everything was okay where I live. I do live in South Florida. I live in Fort Lauderdale area, and for me this hurricane was just very nerve-wracking because if you saw the kind of like spaghetti strings of where it was projected to go, it was supposed to go straight down the middle, and straight down the middle is where I live, and it was supposed to be category 5 when it hit. So it was just very chaotic here, and I work for the hospital. I'm a nurse, so I worked throughout the whole hurricane, and my hospital also serves as a shelter. So it was just very busy for me in that time to just prepare my house because I didn't know what was going to happen, and just also had to work at the same time. So it was a little stressful, but I did get through it, and luckily for my family and myself, we were not affected, thank God, but there were a lot of people in the west coast of Florida who were affected. So my apologies and my condolences and my prayers for anybody who has any damages to their home or to their area or has been like affected by it, because it was really like traumatizing for our state. So I just wanted to take a minute to say thank you so much. Like, you guys don't know how much that meant to me for you guys to reach out to me, because you guys really don't even know me, but it's really nice that you thought about me and you guys sent your prayers and stuff out there for me and my family. So I wanted to take a minute and say thank you. And with all of that, I haven't been able to film. I know I did say I was going to get 2 videos up a week, but preparing for the storm, working and all that stuff, it just was not an option for me. So thank you guys for all of your support, and without any more rambling, I'm gonna jump into this video. I hope you guys enjoy. Bye guys. Okay, so I did look in my boxes before filming because I wanted to know how much makeup I should put on and what I should leave bare on my face so I can show you how the products did apply. So I wanted to look to see what was in each box so I knew what to leave out and what to actually put on. So I do have on my base, and I just pretty much have on highlight and bronzer. I didn't even put on blush, I forgot, but maybe I'll just put it on later. But yeah, so first off, I'm gonna start with the Boxy Charm box. And when I opened this box, it was so cool to me. Like, I was like, oh, I'm so impressed with Boxy Charm. And if you watched my last Boxy Charm unboxing video, there was a product of mine missing, and they did give me Boxy Charm points or some sort of equivalent, and they gave me like $10 worth. So that was really cool. The company was really nice, and they were pretty good about compensating the product that was missing from my box. So I'm not mad at it because each box is $22. So I'm basically getting half off my next box or whenever I want to use it. So when I opened up the Boxy Charm box, the first thing I saw was a Colourpop lipstick, which I'm super curious about because I do not have any Colourpop products. So it's always something I've wanted to try. So this is really great opportunity. This Boxy Charm box also came with 2 brushes, and it came with a deep conditioning mask, and I would use this, but I already did wash and blow dry my hair. I have used this in the past because I have gotten this at Sephora, like through one of the play boxes, so I have used this. I can't really remember what I thought. It was a much smaller version of this. And it came with a setting powder, and the thing that most appealed to me was this pure palette. So this is going to be the thing I first start with, and it is the Soiree Diaries palette. And when I opened this up, it looked like a very nice neutrals palette. It's got a really great versatility in it, and it has like 4 shimmery shades, and then it has 8 mattes. So it's pretty well rounded, and it comes with a large size mirror. And I will tell you a little bit more about this product because it has this awesome little card in there. And it says that the Soiree Diaries eyeshadow palette retails for $34. So that is a really good deal. And it says this essential palette is filled with a highly pigmented and silky smooth shadows. So cool, I'm really excited about Try It. I have not used pretty much any of Pure's products. I know that in the last Boxy charm box, they did send some lashes, and I know like there was a point in time where a lot of people were PR'd their lashes, so you know, it was kind of cool to get that. So I'm gonna start off by removing, wow, it's pretty cool. Okay, Pure, I see your packaging. They tape on the clear plastic wrapping, so that's definitely really cool because it does protect your shadows. So those 2 brushes I will use when I see fit, because they only gave me 2. One is a shader brush and the other one is an angled liner brush. So it's from the company Bodygraphy Pro, and it says that this brush duo retails for $20, and it is the perfect brush duo for lining and creating detailed eyeshadow looks. So I will incorporate those in this look whenever I need them. So I'm going to go in with the palette, and I'm going to go in with this color. It's called Stunner, which is this shade right here, and I'm going to apply this in the crease. This palette looks like it has really great options for crease colors for different skin tones, so I definitely think this is cool. It's very versatile, and I feel like you have like your really deep matte shades and your lighter matte shades and then your shimmers. It's really well balanced. So I'm going in with a Sigma E40, and I'm rocking this color on the crease. And as you can see, like this has only been dipped into the palette once, and it is super pigmented, like crazy pigmented. Look at that pigmentation, that's crazy. I really was not expecting it to be that pigmented. Okay, Pure. I'm pretty impressed. So I'm gonna go back in with that shade on the other side. Okay, so that is the first color laid down, and just first impressions, I'm super impressed. Like, I'm very shocked. I did not really expect too much from it because I don't know anything about Pure, I will be honest, but I'm blown away. Like, I am very impressed. So now I'm gonna go in with the color Snazzy, which is like this like plummy brown shade right here, and I'm gonna bring that a little bit further down on my crease. And there is a little bit of fallout when you do dip your brush in the actual pan, and that's not something that really bothers me, but I know for others that it is like a hard no. But for me, I just don't care. As long as it's pigmented and it lays on the product nicely on the skin and it's very blendable, I'm pretty much okay with it. Let me zoom you guys in a little bit. Like, I probably should have done that before, but whatever. So now with a flat shader brush, I'm gonna go in with the color, I don't know. I'm gonna go in with the color Twinkle, which is this shade right here. It's like a really beautiful golden, almost kind of like rose goldy kind of shade. And just placing it on the brush alone, it looks really pigmented and like it's gonna apply really nicely. Wow. Okay guys, I have to say that I'm super duper impressed with this palette. I would definitely recommend this to someone. Like, it is really nice. So I'm really curious to see what these colors look like with a little bit of setting spray. So I'm going to go back in with the same Twinkle shade, and I'm going to spray my brush a little bit just to see how much of a punch this thing is packing. It looks really nice. So this side I did add some Fix Plus, and it is a little bit more pigmented as far as like its shimmeriness and how foiled it is. That Fix Plus kind of just adds a little bit more to it, but like without it, it's really not absolutely terrible. I think it's not bad at all. Like some eyeshadows just have no payoff at all and they just fall right off, especially if they're glittery. So I am really impressed. So I'm going to do the same on the other side just to kind of balance it out. So I'm going to go back in with a shading brush and I'm going to blend out my harsh edges with no additional product on. And I did a really simple look, nothing spectacular, just because I kind of just wanted to test it out and see what it was like. So now I'm going to apply my wing liner and my mascara as I usually do, just so you can kind of see what it looks like with a full face of makeup. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far with some liner and with some mascara. I am really pleased with the palette so far. Like, I'm really blown away. Like, I just was not expecting that. That is a really nice high quality palette and I think it's beautiful. It is perfect for on the go. It is very small. It's got 12 shadows and I think that the color selection in here, you can just rock this palette out for a really long period of time and not even recreate like the same look, because I think it's just very versatile. And I also want to say that it's got like just such great warm colors, so it's very neutral. It's not going to be over the top. So if you're someone who's looking for a palette, like your first ever palette or something that's a little bit more warm neutral, this is definitely a great one and the quality is awesome. And for the price point of $34, you're not really going wrong with this, because the Naked eyeshadow palettes, I think they come with about the same amount of eyeshadows, 12 give or take, and I think they're a little bit smaller pans, I want to say, even though it's like dimensionally different. I think that you're getting a little bit more bang for your buck with this guy right here. So definitely so far loving it, definitely recommend it based off of first impressions. So now I'm going to set underneath my under eyes. I did place concealer underneath there and I haven't set it yet. So I'm going to use the Studio Makeup HD Finishing Powder. This also came in my Boxy Charm box. This lightweight HD powder sets makeup with a flawless finish, suitable for all skin tones. So when it comes to HD powders, I am a little bit nervous because I know that with flash photography, they can give you some flashbacks, so that is something I'm a little bit weary of. I can take a flash picture. I will take it and share it in here somewhere just so you can kind of see what it looks like with flash photography if you're interested in buying it. So it looks like a just pure white setting powder. It's got a nice sifter and it looks like you turn it to release product, which is really cool. So as far as packaging is concerned, I really like the idea behind the way they package this product. I don't know if you can really see it because the lights are very bright, but down the middle it's got a divider and you turn clockwise, counterclockwise to unlock and lock the product in, so that way you're not having a mess. So I am really down with the packaging, so definitely a plus. So I'm gonna go in, I just unlocked it. I'm gonna smooth out underneath my eyes because they wrinkle like crazy and they crease to death if I don't set them right away. So to set it, I'm gonna be using this Kat Von D brush. This is the Locket brush, I believe it is. And so far, this is really finely milled. It doesn't leave a cast underneath my eyes from what I'm seeing so far, which is really nice because I am darker in skin complexion. Sometimes they can leave like a really ugly cast underneath my eyes and cause it to look a little bit muddy under there and not really brightening that area, just making me look like weird, ghostly almost. I love this powder. It's so finely milled, so I feel like it just glides on and it doesn't leave a cast, which is awesome. Like, I feel like when you go with those stark white powders on deeper skin complexion, it just can leave an ugly cast. So as you can see, underneath my eyes are brightened, but not like weird. So, hey, all right. So I will say that the one thing I'm really enjoying about my subscription so far with BoxyCharm is that they're opening my eyes up to different brands that are a little bit more low-key, I want to say. Not things that are like at Sephora or at Ulta or just very mainstream. So I feel like it's really cool to see different brands and see how their products wear. I know sometimes we just become very comfortable and we kind of stay stagnant in brands that we like or we're comfortable with. So it's nice to kind of see other brands and see what they have to offer, and sometimes you find better products for a much cheaper price, because I know makeup is just astronomically priced, and I love a bargain where I can get one pretty much. I'm pretty sure all of you do too. So it's really cool to see that they have like some indie brands and some brands that are just really low-key and not as hyped up as most other brands are, and kind of just shed some light to other people and, you know, market that brand a little bit in a good way. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the next product from my BoxyCharm box, and this is the MAC eyebrow pencil in the color Lingering. I am a big fan of the MAC eyebrow pencils. I usually use the color Spiked, so that is like a really deep brown, but this one looks a tad bit lighter, and it says on here that this retails for $18, and it is a self-propelling, self-sharpening, and brow defining. This pencil will add everything you need, shape, color, or density in one streamlined tool. Like a pen, it creates its own just right point for striking arches. It also is the perfect pencil to take on the go, no sharpener needed. So, pretty cool. I'm a big fan of this, and I love eyebrow pencils. It's something I actually go through very frequently, so it's something that I really enjoy, and it's like a full-size brow product, and it's something I use on my own, like without this subscription. So the only concern I have for this brow product is I don't know if it will match me 100%, but so far it looks really good. And this eyebrow pencil is really smooth. So here is the finished brow. I think it's actually a really good match. I think the spiked shade is a tad bit darker. So here goes both eyes completed. So far I'm really liking it. So now I'm going to go into my Sephora Play bag. This is what it came up, and it says change of face. So in the Sephora Play Box, they gave me the Benefit Give Me Brow. So this is the brow gel. This is in the color 5, which is a little bit darker than the one I'm used to. I do have the full-size version of this, and I also have a sample size, which is a tad bit bigger than the one they gave me here. And mine is in the shade 3, so I'm curious to see what 5 is. I think it might be deeper in color, so we'll see how it applies. But I do really like this product, and let's see what I can tell you about it. Okay, so this says that this is a volumizing, water-resistant fiber gel, mimics the look of real hairs to create thick, lush-looking brows. And it doesn't say how much it retails for, but I will include it somewhere on here so you guys will know. So the wand is very tiny. I know in the full-size version of it, it's also pretty small too, but it's a little bit bigger than this. Like, this is kind of like a joke. So I'm going to show it to you up close so you guys can see what I'm working with. So this is what it looks like up close. You can see that it's very tiny and I don't have much to work with. So far, this is the brow that does have the tinted brow gel on it. I can see as I'm applying it that it is darkening the areas that I apply it to. So also in my Sephora box, I see that they gave me a Sephora Contour Eye Crayon. This is a 12-hour wearing Basically, this is an eyeliner in black. I am a really big fan of Sephora's eyeliners, the Sephora brand itself. I think that they last really well. I've been using them for a couple years now and I haven't been disappointed. They stay in my waterline for a really long time and they're really affordable. I'm just gonna apply this in my waterline. So you can see how dark that is and it went on really easily. Doesn't tug on your waterline. So definitely think that's a great one to purchase, especially if you're balling on a budget. And it says in here that the creamy, easy to apply pencil with a long-lasting waterproof formula that glides on smoothly. And I can attest to that. The waterproof, not so much because I don't really wear makeup in water, but it is really nice. It's very creamy. It goes on so easily. So I'm going to go back in with my palette right here and I'm going to go in with this shade Stunner and I'm going to run that on my bottom lash line. I like how firm this brush is. I will be using this for like when I apply my brows with like a pomade or something. I love these angled brushes. They work the best for me. And I like it when they're really firm because it helps me to place on the product really nicely. Okay, so I have smoked out my lower lash line. Now I'm going to apply highlight to my inner tear ducts and to my brow bone. Typically, I like to use one that has shimmer. Unfortunately for me, it doesn't have a light enough shade that I can use in that area. So I'm going to go in with one of the matte shades and I'm going to go in with the color Mogul, which is like this cream shade right here, like a bone shade. And I'm going to apply that underneath my brow bone. And I'm using the shader brush that came in my Boxy charm box. And I like this shader brush because it gets into that area really nicely. And I think it's a really good size for your brow bone. Okay, so you can see that eyebrow's lifted, honey. This eyeshadow palette's pretty pigmented. It's like packing some serious pigmentation. So I'm also going to use that color Mogul and I'm going to apply this in my inner tear ducts. I'm going to try using this brush. Usually I use a more tapered brush to get in that area, but since it's matte and not shimmer, I think I shall be okay. Okay, I will be honest and say that I absolutely love shimmering inner tear duct highlights. Like, I don't think I ever use mattes, but I like that. It's really pretty. Okay. I feel like I'm expanding, trying new things, and I'm liking them. This eyeshadow palette is money. I love it. So good. So the last makeup product that came in my Boxy charm box was this Colourpop Ultra Satin Lip Satin. And this is in the color Strut. And also in my Sephora Play Box, there was a lip product as well. And it is the Ciate Liquid Velvet, also a liquid lipstick in the color Diva. And it is a very bright red, and I just don't think that it matches the look that I have on right now. I mean, I could try them both so you can see what they look like. But I think that the Colourpop one is speaking to me more. So I'm going to apply the Colourpop one and we'll see how it looks with this look. So right off the bat, I will say that the Colourpop color is very muted and it's very gray tone and it's very nude for my skin tone. It's probably not my favorite shade of nude to wear because I feel like it just kind of gives me dead lips. I just feel like my lips just kind of match my skin tone and it makes me look very like washed out. So if I were to wear this, it's definitely going to be paired with a lip liner because on its own, it's not really working for me. but like the formulation so far, it's still drying down. It does feel comfortable. It doesn't feel overly drying. It's not bad. You know what I'm gonna try? Let me see if I can add a tad bit of this Diva liquid lipstick to the perimeters to see if it can kind of like break this color up. I don't know if this is a good or a bad idea, but I'm gonna try it. So the red definitely toned it down a little bit. I'm gonna go back in with this shade to kind of tone down some of the red. So the two colors together actually worked. I was not thinking they would work, but they worked. I actually really like the color. So since I'm not able to use all of the products in both subscriptions, I'm going to share with you the rest of the products here, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about them, and pretty much that's going to conclude this video. So the last thing from the Boxy charm box is this Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask, and it says that it retails for $20 and it is an intensive weekly treatment to restore essential hydration and enhance hair's resilience to protect against future damage. So I have used this in the past, but I really cannot remember it because it was pretty much like, I want to say about 6 months ago. But I will keep you guys posted on this product because I do have color treated hair. It is really hard to keep it nice and hydrated and not from getting damaged, because when you bleach your hair it just gets damaged naturally. So especially because I put heat in it so often. So I will get back to you guys on this and share with you my thoughts on it. And from my Sephora Play Box, there were several items I couldn't use. And the first of which is the Devacurl Melt Into Moisture. This is a deep conditioning mask, cares for curly or wavy hair, and infuses it with moisture for soft, frizz-free hair. So I do have this as well. I like this product. I have used it before, and I like to use it in my hair when I am styling it curly. I think it gives it really great like texture as far as my curls, and it makes them more defined. I like this a lot, and I am pretty much a fan of this product. So I have used this in the past and I did enjoy it. The next product in here is the Living Proof Nourishing Oil. This is an oil treatment, and it says that a nourishing blend that mimics your hair's natural oils for smooth, shiny, healthy, and hydrated feeling strands. So it's really important to me to incorporate any kind of oil for my hair. I always finish off my blow dry routine with an oil because it kind of just locks in moisture for me, especially with my ends. I didn't do it today, and I can definitely tell the difference, but I feel like oils just help to hydrate your hair, especially when your ends are getting split, or if your hair is color treated, or if you apply a lot of heat into your hair. I just feel like it just locks in moisture and it makes all the difference in your hair. So Living Proof is a really great brand. I've used several of their products in the past, so I am really curious about this, and this might be something that will become a staple in my collection somewhere in the future. And the last thing in my Sephora box is the Fresh Lotus Youth Preserve Face Cream. And this says that this is a lightweight daily cream, deeply moisturizes to help prevent visible signs of aging. So I am not a huge fan of Fresh. The products I've used from them have been like okay. So I will keep you posted on that product. But like moisturizers, I really am a big fan, but I'm pretty much stuck into my routine as far as like Clinique and the brands that I typically use. So I will try that out and let you guys know what I think about it. So this concludes this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry if this seemed a little bit disheveled. This was my first time doing it, and it's hard to work with two different subscriptions and incorporate them both. But as far as my Sephora Play Box, I really like all of the products they sent me. I'm really happy about this month's box. I think it's definitely worth the $10. I know sometimes when I receive my box, I am not like super satisfied, or I'm like meh about it, but I like the products that they did incorporate in this box. And as far as my BoxyCharm, I love BoxyCharm. Like, I think that this subscription is totally worth it. I've only been a part of their subscription service for 2 months, but for $20, $22 with tax and stuff, the amount of things you get and the size of them is incredible. And the quality of them has been really nice so far. So I'm really impressed. I love that you get 5 full-size items for $20. And if you look at the Sephora things, you're getting 5 like miniature items for $10. So you're getting at half the price, like half the amount of product. So I really am impressed. I love the stuff they send. It's pretty great quality and I am super shocked, and it's just helping to bring me out of my comfort zone, which I also appreciate. So I definitely think that the BoxyCharm box is so worth it, and if you're someone who's looking for a new subscription, I would try it out. And they do not sponsor me. It's something I did independently, and I got my sister on it and she's liking it so far. So yeah, thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Bye guys!